But it's Sunday morning and it's time for a sip and a smile and morning coffee with Sandy. Here I am, back in the saddle again. Oh boy, has it been an exciting. Has it really only been like 36 hours since I've seen you? That's crazy. It's crazy. So much has happened. Let's see. Um I went to the beach. That's why you didn't see me yesterday. And I had my first opportunity to sleep in so long. So, of course, I woke up at my usual time. I couldn't sleep in. I tried. But I did have a very wonderful, relaxing time. We stayed at a Best Western. Now, you wouldn't put that at the top of your list of I have a wonderful place to stay at normally. And maybe because it's a premier Best Western in Del Mar, California, shout out to them. That place is terrific. It was beautiful. The view was great. The beds were great. The rooms were nice. The swimming pool was really beautiful, but we didn't use it. They they had a great little cafe where we could order out breakfast and gather around an outdoor table in the sunshine and have breakfast with some family. It was just walks down to the beach and drives through Torrey Pines, and it was beautiful, except for that moment when I got the phone call from where my mother is living to say something's wrong. She's not okay. And of course, I went into, I call it mother hen mode. Maybe it's because I have chickens now, but whatever it was, they called me because they thought maybe I could calm her down. She was having an episode and she hadn't been like that in quite some time. And she was talking gibberish. And I thought, I'll drive home. I'm hours away, but I can get there. I'll get there. And we didn't leave immediately because they called the hospice nurse who checked her out and called me back and said, look, just enjoy your vacation because physically she is absolutely fine. Hello, as always. Anyway, we cut it a little short, went back and thought we would just see her and give her a hug and ended up there for, I don't know, an hour and a half and fed her dinner and laid her down. And I mean, it just, and as always, she just told me I was beautiful and read my name tag over and over and over again and got delighted every time I told her that she was my mama and I was her daughter. So that's my Fritzy report. Once again, she's been at the bottom and pulled through to the top. Can you hear the dogs barking outside? I don't know if you can see this, but it's usually dark when I talk to you. But today the sun is up when I'm talking to you. Coming up earlier and earlier. Yeah. Oh, but Bailey's outside playing too, I guess. He came in to say have a good show and then I guess he left again. Okay, what else happened? I'm calling it the day of, are you ready? The day of beaches, bats, Best Western, and almond croissants. We got up early in the morning and there was just like 2 blocks away a French bakery that opened at 7 a.m. and we were there at 7:12 or something like that. There was already a line, a masked safe distance line. When we got our turn, I was trying to figure out what the big deal was. We got one large coffee to share and we each got a pastry. I got my almond croissant and it was like $15 for that. But might I say it was worth every penny? It was delicious. Truly, truly delicious. Yeah, and bats. They had bats flying around. I missed them. And he called me out and said, hey, check it out. But they were still flying around right before the sun came up. I guess as soon as it got light, they went back to wherever they hide when it gets light. On the way there, Indy told me to reminded me to tell you this story. So he's got this absolutely adorable sports car convertible, right? So we're in the sports car with the top down because it's, like 85, 90 degrees, driving through the mountains. He's zooming through these mountains. It's so much fun. A little like being in a roller coaster car. Yeah, like that. Okay. But he's careful. As he says, he likes to do dangerous things safely. So we're zooming through the mountains, right? And we get to a point where it's just we're kind of towards the bottom of the mountain. We're just about completely out. And there's now meadows and it's just beautiful. And we're just zooming along. And all of a sudden he sees, uh-oh, we've been caught. Now, if you remember, not too long ago, I got a traffic ticket. Tried to be nice to the policeman, didn't do any good. He still gave me the ticket. I'm fighting it, but I don't know how long it takes. Anyway, the cop pulls us over and he comes over and he said something like, he came over on my side and he said, were you looking at your speedometer? And I went like this, no, sir, we were only looking at this and how beautiful it was. I mean, who wouldn't be distracted by how gorgeous it is? And he said something about, yeah, it was beautiful. And I said, oh, come on. Don't do this. Please don't do this. And Indy is giving me these looks like, stop it. He's going to arrest us. And then finally, it was the clincher. I said to him, you wouldn't ruin a perfectly wonderful first time out adventure for two senior citizens, would you? And he looked at me and we kind of all started laughing. And bottom line is, his last comment to Indy was, well, she sure saved you from getting a ticket this time. Do you think it had something to do with the fact that my mask said kindness is contagious too? Yeah, it worked. I don't usually talk people out of tickets, but worked for somebody else anyway. What else? Okay, today's the anniversary of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. Yeah. Hey, I loved his silver, his Revere silver. Oh, and I loved his band, him and the Raiders. Oh my God, Paul Revere and the Raiders, they were great. Okay, I'm being sarcastic and silly. Albert Einstein's birthday. I mean, come on, who didn't love Albert Einstein just for his brilliance? I had a life-size cardboard cutout stand-up of Albert Einstein. And people would do something wonderful at work, and I would put a sign up on Albert Einstein that said, wow, you're brilliant too. Anyway, I loved Albert Einstein, that fuzzy hair. And speaking of fuzzy hair, look who just popped in. Did you have a good breakfast, Bailey? Did you? Yeah? Okay. All right. Bailey's back from breakfast. Conan O'Brien, he makes me laugh. I mean, he's got a very funny show. So happy birthday. Here's to you. And talking about forever young, this is the anniversary of the death of Dick Clark, who will, in all of our memories, be like the iconic 30-year-old or something like that. I don't know. I tried to find out what exactly did he do to look so young, but somehow when he died in his 80s, he still looked pretty much the same as he did in his 20s. He was the host of American Bandstand for like 30 plus years, and he was also then the host of the come on, you can do this. He was the host of the New Year's Eve drop the ball thing in New York for another 30 years. I mean, the guy was amazing. He truly was amazing. Let me think what else I want. Nothing else about him, but in 1956, we've spoken about her before because she was so beautiful. Grace Kelly, the actress, had every Hollywood dream come true. She left Hollywood and married Prince Rainier, the Prince of Monaco, and became Princess Grace. Probably the most beautiful princess that ever lived, wasn't she? Oh, So beautiful. Oh, good morning, Opa. You made it. That's right. New Year's Rockin' Eve. That was Dick Clark. Good morning, sweetheart. Glad you're here too. What else? Oh, I'm sorry. This just happened and it just cracked me up. When I went to get my coffee warm up before we started, my sweetie was there peeling plastic off the shelves of the refrigerator in the door. And I looked at him like, "What are you doing?" And he said, and I mean, come on, we've had this refrigerator for a couple months now already, haven't we? We forgot to take the plastic protective film off of the shelves. I didn't even see it, but it made me think of when I first moved into my last house. And I watched it be built, right? And I used to go and visit it every week because it was a long ride from LA to Palm Desert. I used to go visit it every week and see how they were doing, right? And one week they didn't have walls up, but they'd started putting all the counters in everywhere and the cabinets in everywhere. They were pink. I had pink counters in the kitchen, pink counters in the utility room. I ran up the stairs because there were stairs in, at least the wood was there. Pink counters in both bathrooms. And I was beside myself. I love pink, but not enough to have pink counters all over my house. And then I decided, no, come on, they couldn't be that stupid. How could they put in pink counters without asking me? And then I realized that it was pink plastic that was wrapping all the wood to protect it. I felt kind of dumb. Yeah. Here's to pink counters. Mm. I'm using Fritzy's mug today with the whole family on it. Isn't that fun? Best bubby ever. That's Fritzy. Okay, today is Animal Crackers' birthday. Did you know Animal Crackers had their own birthday? Animal Crackers started in England in the 1800s because, in 1940, maybe 30 something, it was Shirley Temple singing "Animal Crackers in my soup, monkeys and bears that loop the loop." Anyway, Animal Crackers were called crackers, not cookies, because initially when they were started in England, first of all, crackers and cookies are kind of interchangeable in over there, but they were like layered like crackers initially with these little holes in them and stuff, and they were started over there. They came over here in like 1870 something. The Stauffer baking company started making animal crackers that were more like animal cookies. They were a little bit sweeter. This is the history. You do want to know the history of animal crackers, right? Anyway, what really changed things was when the Nabisco company took over. They became the king of animal crackers. By the way, did you know that Nabisco, Nabisco, stands for National Biscuit Company? I don't know if you knew that. I learned that, I don't know, 20 years ago, and I thought it was pretty exciting. Nabisco, National Biscuit Company. Anyway, they started adding a little more sugar, made them a little different, but what really made them hot is they started doing them as a Christmas ornament in a little box that looked like the Barnum and Bailey circus train with a little, like, string. I don't know what you would call it. It was like this flat little piece of material handle so you could carry them or hang them on your tree. And even after Christmas, you'd take it off the tree and the little kids would carry it around. They'd eat all the animals and then save the box, which was great for Nabisco because it kept the advertising going for them. It was a cool little thing. Anyway, they still make both kinds, I guess. One is more like a cracker. One is more like a cookie. They really could be calling the Nabisco ones cookies, not animal cookies, not crackers, because they're pretty sweet. And here's my favorite piece of trivia for you about that. Ribbon, yeah, like but it was like a cloth ribbon kind of thing, don't you think? I thought I'd write something down about it because I wanted to remember what it was. But it was kind of like a ribbon, but it was like a string ribbon, flat little ribbon. Anyway, there were over 54 different animals represented in animal crackers. I think you should try and make a whole list. It'll give you something fun to do today. A relaxing Sunday. You can just list animal crackers. Did you used to bite the heads off of them? Was that fun? And would you go crazy when you got the lion? We used to love to find the lion. Anyway, it's also go fly a kite day. And if spring is springing where you are, it might be a really good day to go down to the park and fly a kite. Do people still do that? Let's go fly a kite up in the atmosphere. Do you know what that's from? Come on, who knows what that's from? Okay, too long. You took too long. It's from Mary Poppins. Okay, let's talk about today's word art before we go. Today's word art is, go on, make that shift. Change thoughts. Changing thoughts changes your life. So if there's something going on that is not exactly the way you want it to be, change your thoughts about it. It's amazing how when you shift, universe shifts with you. But it's not all like just a head game. You can't just wish it and hope it to make it so. You need to actually change your thoughts about it and then make sure that your actions are in line with your thoughts. If you really believed that that's the way it was, how differently would you act? What would you do differently? Think about that for a while. You don't have to rush into this. We're kind of still on the imagination trail. You know what I mean? It's like you can have it any way you want it. Prince Charming is out there. You just have to decide that that's Prince Charming. Yeah. You can be beautiful. Decide that you're beautiful, but then do the things that someone beautiful would do. Treat yourself like you're beautiful. Maybe you do your nails more often, huh? You can do this. Don't say no thanks. You can do this. We can have our own little talk. Yeah, we can. All right, my friends, go out there and be powerful because they're your thoughts. You had them to begin with, so you can change them. Oh, you don't want a Prince Charming. You don't have to have a Prince Charming. I know what you want. Let's make that happen. Okay. To all of you, my friends, happy, glorious, amazing, wonderful Sunday. Let's make today count. Get into action. That was your Sip and Smile for me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.